Well, Moses, some good news for a Lloydminster-born NHLer.
Yeah, you know what? Yesterday, the NHL kind of came by with the compliance buyouts. You know, and once training camp started beforehand, actually, it seemed like Wade Redden would be sitting at home this season, but a deal broker between the league and the NHLPA will give Redden another shot to play in the NHL. For the past 2 seasons, Wade Redden has been battling it out in the American Hockey League, hoping to get back into the show. Nearly 2.5 years later, the Lloydminster product will get his chance as the New York Rangers placed him on unconditional waivers with intent to buy out his contract.
Very excited. I mean, when the CBA was signed and it seemed like nothing was going to happen for me, I was a little upset, but it's good to see that they rectified some of these issues.
Specifically, compliance buyouts. Both Redden and Scott Gomez were the recent poster boys of big contracts and lack of production. And once Redden was sent to the minors, he knew it would be a tough climb to get back.
And the contract kind of had me trapped in there, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen, to be honest. I knew this new CBA was going to be coming up, and that they're probably, after the last CBA, they had compliance buyouts, so the precedent was kind of there for that. So that was kind of my wish when things went awry in New York for me.
It was an adjustment from being an elite defenseman in the NHL to playing for the Connecticut Whale. He says his positive outlook got him through some tough moments.
You know, things just kind of came easy to me at certain points, and obviously I worked very hard, but I mean, it takes a lot of work, especially as you get older, to stay at a level, and you know, I felt good about how I've learned from my experiences in New York. I spent my time in the AHL, tried to make the most of it, and I'm glad I took that approach.
There are several NHL clubs looking to bolster their back end. When asked, Redden said that he hasn't heard any offers just yet, but he and his agent will be searching come Thursday. All right, a little closer home, the Lloydminster Bobcats are getting ready for 3 straight games against the Sherwood Park Crusaders starting tonight. And with 9 points separating the 2 teams for the final playoff spot in the North, Matt Schumont has a preview on what's sure to be a fight to the finish.
Only getting 4 days to learn interim head coach Kyle Tapp's system, the Bobcats were able to walk away with a split against the Whitecourt Wolverines and the Calgary Canucks.
The Whitecourt game, obviously we didn't get 2 points, but you know, considering the amount I threw at them throughout the week, was ecstatic with their execution, and we outplayed Whitecourt most of that game.
A lot of guys are adjusting well, and communication between the players and the coaches, I think it's going along positively and everyone's getting along, so I think we're taking a good step forward, and our record shows in the 2013 season so far.
The Border City Bunch now prepare for their biggest 3 games of the season, taking on a Sherwood Park Crusaders team that sit 9 points up on the Cats for the final playoff spot in the North Division. It's safe to say their season may be on the line.
It's going to be like a 3-game playoff series, so we want to get all 6 points. We don't want to give up, you know, not even one in a shootout or an overtime, so that's our goal.
I think it's definitely pretty heavy couple games we got coming up here, and we're definitely gonna have to give her our all here.
The back end will be without Lyndon Springer, who is out serving a 2-game suspension. Although they're without one of the team's top D-men, the Bobcats are confident they will be able to fill his role.
I mean, it's tough, but we're just gonna have to have some guys step up, and I mean, fill those roles that we'll be missing.
You got to really base on what you're doing on the ice and short shifts, and we got Fredder coming up, so it's pretty good. He's a good D-man, so I think we'll be pretty good for the next 2 games without Lyndon. So.
Puck drop for tonight's game is set for 7:30. Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Meanwhile, the Lloydminster Bandits look to continue their climb up the South Division standings tonight with a win against Vermilion. The Tigers not too far back, though, just 4 points behind the Bandits for second place. It should be a great contest in Vermilion. Puck drop is set for 8 o'clock.